Ian and Chloe had been dating for a long time and were about to get married. One morning, Chloe prepared to go to work while Ian told her that he was his own boss and could go to work whenever he wanted. Chloe replied, wishing she were her own boss too. As she was about to leave, the maid came in. It seemed Ian disliked her and even called her stupid. Chloe scolded him, saying he shouldn't disrespect the maid just because of her job. Then she left. However, Chloe soon realized she had forgotten something and went back inside to look for it, only to find the maid giving Ian oral sex. Later, Noah went to check on her. She hadn't shown up at work, and he was worried. Chloe told him that Ian had cheated on her and that it was a good thing she found out before the wedding. She said she had given Ian everything: her body, her heart, and even her money. Noah comforted her. At work, Noah told their boss, Mr. Austin, that Chloe was sick and that was why she hadn't shown up when he asked about her whereabouts. Mr. Austin suspiciously asked if Noah had gotten her pregnant, but Noah assured him they were just friends. Later, when Noah visited Chloe again, he found her still devastated and stressed. He tried telling her what had happened at work, but she didn't seem interested and got up to leave. Then Chloe began opening up. She said she had learned to cook Ian's favorite meals, cooked for his friends, and even learned new sexual styles just to satisfy him, but he still cheated. Noah told her that despite everything she did, Ian would have cheated anyway. He comforted her, saying she was smart and beautiful and wondered why Ian would hurt her. A few days later, Chloe returned to work. The workload was intense. Mr. Austin gave her more assignments and informed her that due to a shortage of office space, she would be sharing an office with a new marketing strategist. Chloe agreed. Back at home, Ian came to apologize. He claimed the devil had made him cheat and suspected the maid had used a charm on him. Chloe dismissed him coldly, saying he would never see her again. Later, during lunch, Chloe and Noah talked. She told him Ian had begged for forgiveness. Noah encouraged her to start dating again, but Chloe said she wasn't ready. She wanted to focus on herself. She said she didn't need a man to be happy. All her exes had proven that, except Noah. She even wondered why Noah didn't have a girlfriend. She called him a good man, a fantastic man, but said, sadly, she couldn't date him because he was like a brother to her. Noah was heartbroken. That night, he went to a club and told the bartender what had happened. He said there was no hope since Chloe had called him her brother. If it was just the friend zone, maybe there'd be hope. The bartender advised him to give it time, warning him not to push her away. Love, he said, should come naturally. Mr. Austin introduced the new marketing strategist, someone Chloe knew. After Mr. Austin left, Chloe walked out of the office. Noah followed and found her upset. She told him the new strategist was her ex, Wilson. They had dated for 4 years in university, but on graduation day, she had caught him sleeping with her best friend. Noah promised to talk to Mr. Austin to get Wilson reassigned, but Mr. Austin insisted they work together as professionals. One day, a delivery man asked Wilson how many cartons to load into the car, and Wilson told him to ask Chloe. When Chloe arrived, she said to ask Wilson. Wilson accused her of acting like a child and letting personal feelings affect work. He even told her she was crazy and needed psychiatric help. Chloe got upset and walked away. Back in the office, Noah comforted her. Wilson walked in and reminded them that it was a shared office and they needed to act professionally. Realizing it annoyed Wilson, Chloe kissed Noah, and they laughed about how it irritated him. When Mr. Austin later asked why the cartons hadn't been loaded, the delivery man explained what had happened. Mr. Austin said he would speak to them. During lunch, Noah came to pick Chloe up. She kissed him and called him sweet names just to make Wilson jealous. At the door, they joked about it. Chloe said it felt good, especially the kiss. Noah asked if the kiss made her feel good, but she said it was Wilson's jealousy that felt good and that Noah was like a brother. She could never feel anything romantic for him. Noah returned to the bar for more advice. The bartender told him to be patient. If he confessed now, he might lose her completely. Right now, she was comfortable around him, telling him everything. Once he confessed, she might start seeing him only as an admirer. The next day, Noah brought Chloe a necklace, and they continued their act to make Wilson jealous. Later, the boss warned them that if they didn't want to work together, they should resign. He said this was the last time they'd be given an assignment without finishing it. They had 1 week to complete the job. As soon as Mr. Austin left, Chloe and Wilson began blaming each other. At lunch, Noah echoed what the boss had said. Chloe needed to bury the hatchet and work with Wilson. Chloe agreed but said she'd only speak to Wilson about work. She thanked Noah for always being there. Noah, caught in the moment, leaned in to kiss her, but she pushed him away, reminding him they weren't at work just to make Wilson jealous. Eventually, Chloe and Wilson decided to cooperate. They came up with a great marketing strategy before the deadline. Wilson tried bringing up the past, but Chloe shut him down. When Noah asked her to lunch, she declined, saying she had work and asked him to bring her food instead. Wilson also took advantage and sent Noah to fetch food for him. They presented their strategy to the boss, who loved it. He promised to raise their salaries if the strategy worked. Noah joined them to celebrate, expecting Chloe would ask him to lunch as usual, but instead, she invited Wilson. At lunch, Chloe and Wilson chatted like old friends. She asked about his photography hobby, and he asked about her baking. Noah tried to join the conversation, but Chloe cut him off or answered with one word. That evening, Noah returned to the bar, telling the bartender that Chloe and Wilson seemed like a couple and he felt like an outsider. The bartender told him it was time to confess his feelings. It was better for the friendship to end than for him to suffer in silence. Mr. Austin announced that Chloe and Wilson's salaries would be increased for the excellent work. Noah approached Chloe and asked to speak privately. Chloe told him she was going to celebrate with Wilson and suggested he come over later if he still wanted to talk. At Wilson's house, they laughed and bonded. Wilson told Chloe he wanted to date her again. Chloe refused, reminding him that he had cheated. Wilson insisted that he hadn't, that her best friend had come onto him and she had found them in a compromising situation. He asked why she always got upset when he mentioned their past. Chloe then revealed the truth, that after catching him with her best friend, she had gone to an abandoned lecture hall where she was raped by a group of men. She blamed Wilson for it, which is why she never wanted to revisit their past. Wilson was devastated. He apologized and promised to always be there for her. He told her that the best part of his life was when they were together and that he wanted them to try again. The next day, Chloe and Wilson baked muffins together like old times. While they ate, Wilson confessed that he still loved her and would do anything to make things right. Chloe said she had been heartbroken too many times to trust anyone again, but she trusted him and asked him not to betray that trust. Suddenly, there was a knock at the door. It was Noah. He asked to speak to Chloe in private. When she stood up, Wilson saw Noah kiss her hand and confess his love. Chloe responded by saying she loved him too. Noah, shocked, said he had only come to congratulate her on the salary raise and then left. The next day at work, Noah didn't act like himself. He dropped documents off in Chloe's office without saying much. Chloe noticed something was wrong and went to check on him. She said she was worried about him. He was like a brother, and she didn't like seeing him angry. Noah told her that being called a brother was the problem. He confessed he had loved her ever since she joined the firm. Chloe confided in Wilson about Noah's feelings for her. To her surprise, Wilson admitted he had always known. She was shocked Noah had never shown any signs. But Wilson calmly told her that it didn't really matter. Whatever Noah felt or did, Chloe couldn't be blamed. Feelings weren't something anyone could control, and he assured her that she would always see Noah as a friend, and that was perfectly okay. One afternoon, while heading out for lunch, Wilson accidentally bumped into a woman named Kite. They struck up a friendly conversation and ended up dining together at a nearby restaurant. They exchanged numbers before parting ways. After that, Kite started texting Wilson every day around lunchtime, inviting him to meet again. But each time Kite texted, he went out to meet her claiming he was heading to lunch, but secretly going to see Kite instead. Unbeknownst to him, Noah had spotted him one day, sitting in a car with her. One particular afternoon, Kite messaged again, asking to meet. Wilson initially declined, saying he had work to do. But Kite insisted, claiming she was traveling soon and this might be their last chance to meet. Reluctantly, Wilson agreed and drove to the hotel where she was staying. Back at the office, Noah walked into Chloe's workspace looking serious. Without much explanation, he told her to come with him. Suspicious but concerned, she followed. Together, they trailed Wilson and watched him enter the hotel. Moments later, Chloe knocked on the door. Kite opened it, and inside, they found Wilson adjusting his trousers, clearly caught off guard. Chloe was heartbroken. To her, it looked like Wilson had cheated again. Without waiting for an explanation, She told him she never wanted to see him again. Noah, sensing an opportunity, swooped in as the supportive friend. He was there for her, as always, bringing her coffee, checking on her, being the shoulder she needed. But Chloe was still affected by everything. Eventually, she declared that she would resign if she had to keep working alongside Wilson. Hearing this, Wilson went to see her one last time at the office. He tried to explain, insisting it was all a setup. But Chloe wouldn't hear any of it. Still, Wilson said he understood and had already written his resignation letter. If her peace meant stepping away, then that's what he would do. Just then, Noah received a call and stepped outside. Moments later, Chloe stepped out as well to get some air. That's when she heard raised voices nearby. She followed the sound and found Noah arguing with a kite. A kite was demanding her payment, while Noah tried to hush her. She told a kite that she'd pay her double if she told her the truth. Cornered, a kite confessed everything. She explained that she had met Noah through a bartender who introduced them. Noah had offered her a job to frame Wilson. It was all orchestrated. Their accidental meeting, the shared interest in photography, and the invitation to the hotel, it had all been planned. Wilson was supposed to look guilty. The moment Chloe walked in on them was meant to be convincing, but a kite swore that nothing ever happened between them. Wilson had only been there to take her photos. Chloe was stunned. Everything suddenly made sense. She turned to Noah, furious and disappointed. She told him he was selfish, that he had betrayed her trust, and that he didn't deserve to be called her friend. Wilson, still unaware of the truth coming to light, dropped off his resignation letter. As he exited, he ran into Chloe at the office door. She looked at him with tears in her eyes and told him she now knew everything. She apologized for doubting him and told him how sorry she was. As they hugged, Noah approached them quietly. He apologized sincerely, admitting how embarrassed he was for everything he had done. To make things right, he handed in his own resignation, saying they deserved a chance to be happy without any more interference. With Noah walking away, Chloe and Wilson remained, holding each other, finally free from the confusion and betrayal that had haunted them.